really, I don't yet enjoy it as much for some reasons that are clear to me and some that are somewhat mysterious. But I'd rather make films than not make them, and if it means learning how to be more comfortable with digital tools, then that's what I'll have to become. And every once in a while, someone is now doing something very beautiful with them. So I'm not in despair about the end of film, but I think it's probably coming.
I had a question.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of answered. It was just a comment about, as a collector of images, to what extent do you think you're a collector of music? And in the sense that your soundtracks are so, they create such a rich layer to your films. What is your process of collecting music, and
Right.
how much do you collaborate?
Well, I am blessed to know a lot of musicians, so I often collaborate with them, or I sometimes use material that I love of theirs that already exists, or occasionally people, give me something from a demo or a practice tape or whatever. I wasn't set up to show it tonight. There's a local, I might as well send this evening out to Electro Lane since they're local, and I thought they were a really good band. And I did a piece called Half the Battle, which it's Andy Moore from the X in collaborating with Mia from Electro Lane, and they were doing an improv that they'd all threatened for years called a guitargument. And and then they just gave me that hour-long improv, and I took it and took pieces of it and kind of adjusted it and made a soundtrack for a film called Half the Battle, which it's available in a book called The Art of Touring. It's in the DVD with that, if anybody wants to see it. But that's an example of a kind of like, they made this thing and then they were kind enough to let me kind of take it and run with it, and that's the kind of situation that I really like. I mean, it's lethal to fall in love with songs by bands that are where you're only going to find out that it's $300,000 to get the rights to the song. So, but I also, I'm also, sometimes I think I use way too much music in my films, and I need to be a little bit more judicious about it. And sometimes I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to enjoy it and not worry about it. But increasingly I'm quieter and there's less music, just because I think it can just be too easy to have the music kind of work in an easy way with images, and I like to try to be careful about that to a degree. You had a quick question?
It is, yeah. It just goes back to something that you said in the earlier Q&A, and it was about that sense of you choosing how long an audience stays with a still.
Yeah.
And that sense, something that really resonated with me with those earlier films was the pace, and it was slightly hypnotic. And I wondered how important it is for you as a filmmaker that the audience experiences your films in a kind of cinematic context, and that they stay with them from beginning to end.
Yeah, it is important. I mean, as people ask me, do I show in galleries and things like that, and occasionally I do, but it's very troubling to me if it's in I don't like to show in a brightly lit gallery where people are kind of wandering over to it and they give it 45 seconds and then they wander on. That's really problematic, and some galleries are being smarter about it. I like to show in a museum where it's like random people that school kids and stuff that might see the work that might otherwise not. But I'm a big believer in this thing of sit down, shut up, dark room, it's not surrounded by ads, like watching YouTube. It's not you can't check your email in the middle of it, you just have to sit and deal with it. That's great. It's a beautiful thing humans came up with, So I do believe in that, but I think it's really kind of threatened now, and I'm kind of freaked out by that. I think that people are getting less and less used to just sitting in the dark and having to allow something to unfold, even if it's slow. So, this is a long night of slow, So I'll grant you that. But I guess I feel like that's like one of the things that I can do that is sort of, you know, in a world where we're really bombarded, then I tend to feel like let's give people a little oasis here and there.